All right, guys. This is Acer of Spades with Tripaholics Gaming, bringing the most informative, multilingual content to gamers all around the world. And this is my Rise of Empires, the perfect passive farm video, guys. This video is absolutely crucial. It's going to be a complete game changer for those who don't know exactly how to do this and what it means to build a perfect passive farm. So today we're going to learn about it, and I'm going to show you everything I can. It's going to be pretty in-depth, so please pay close attention. As the name alludes, guys, there are two main types of farms, active and passive farms. Your playstyle, of course, will determine which type you choose to create and how you maintain them. Speaking of creating, if you don't know how to make a farm properly, I have a video from start to finish in the description. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So for starters, guys, let's talk about what makes the perfect passive farm. Now, passive, just so you guys know, by definition, absolutely means you don't have to do anything. But what this video will do is show you how to create one that does very minimal to give you maximum results. So first, let's go over what exactly I say my definition of the perfect passive farm is. It has to be able to create massive amounts of resources for your main base. It has to be perfect in class and in stature for the best results. It should be completely self-sufficient in its productivity, and it has to be easy to create. I'm going to go and expand on each one of these four criteria so that you guys know exactly what each means and how to get there. Having created over 100 accounts, I can conclude that the best level for a passive farm is castle level 15. It's incredibly easy to achieve, and it makes plenty of resources, 1.5 million lumber per day as an example. So now we can go over each again above mentioned and how to put it all together. So let's talk about point number one, lots of resources. Most people think that your resources actually come from those passive gains that I just mentioned above. Although that is extremely substantial, it's far from what you actually get from the trading balloon and hero day twice per week. Each day, I log onto my farms and grab my free hero tickets, and then I check the balloon. Most days, it is a superb trade value. So I'll go ahead and show you what's in my balloon today while we're on screen. And you'll notice right away that I can trade 3 million of my lumber here to get myself 2.75 million iron. And God only knows that that is an exceptional exchange, and we need as much iron as humanly possible. Trades like this happen all the time, and it goes the opposite way for lumber as well as anything else that you might need. That's a huge difference each day. As stated, I typically perform Hero Day twice per week, and since my passive farm does not hold any troops, meaning I never gather with it, I don't have consumption, and I also split my orange heroes that it receives for wisdom. I'll do a separate Hero Day for farm accounts video so that you can see exactly what I do, but for now, just know that each one of these farms produce over 5 million lumber on a single Hero Day. Not to mention all the other resources or the trade balloon trades. So that's 10 million lumber per week per farm, plus all the passive gains that it gets as well. Now that's a lot of resources. So let's go on to point number two. That's in regard to the perfect class. And as far as farms go, the best class, after countless studying, I've determined the best class to be trader for every single farm. It is also my opinion that no farms should ever be farmer. Now, again, that's just an opinion. Other people have different play styles, but I'm going to explain why. The benefits are traders give up the most resources. See, a raider class main castle will still double the gold from a trader farm. And there's no depot protection, making it easy to pull all the other resources that we just talked about from your farms. And understand you have limited durability on your farm as well as your legions hitting the castle in the first place. So this saves you a lot of time and energy as well. Now, farmers are great at gathering, but you would have to actively do that. And that wouldn't be very passive now, would it? So let's move forward to point number three. It should be self-sufficient in its production. See, resource production is controlled by charcoal. If you'll notice, I have 2.2 million charcoal on this particular level 15 farm, And if it were to run out, you would lose about 30% of your production. You'll notice that all my production is at 100% with zero troop consumption, no matter where you go. Obviously, that's because the charcoal is full. Now, in my top 10 tips video, at least part 1, I tell you how to do the road removal trick in great detail to achieve this result, and it's in the description. What you'll notice specifically about my charcoal is that currently it's at 67.6K consumption while I create 63.1. But all I have to do is move this trading balloon post that I did, and that brings me underneath my production, meaning my consumption is less than my production. Thus, it only continually goes up all the time. The only additional thing that you need to know that is not in that video is in order for me to properly achieve this, I take one of my distilleries that produce ale off the road, like you see this one here, and that literally is just moving it to an area that doesn't have road connected to it, and that's how you'll get exactly where you are. Now, as far as the other, gold is affected by population. So obviously you can have your mints connected like I do, as well as your houses connected like I do, but it will still get you down to somewhere around this amount at 82% efficiency. But guys, with 71 million gold on my farm, I'm obviously producing it faster than I can take it. So this is clearly perfectly fine. The last major point in our definition is that it has to be easy to create. And after watching the how to make a farm video that's in the description, you will need to do the following. Each hour when starting these farms, you want to log on and do the minimum requirements to upgrade your castle. So for a timeline on how long that typically takes, it's about a 10-day process to get a full-fledged level 15 passive farm. The only tech I actively work on is town development. So while I'm doing this, guys, outside of anything else, you'll notice that my town development is at 50%. You're going to do that all the way up here until you get to Midas Touch, and you're going to max out this top row. Clearly nothing else is touched. That'll give you exactly 50%, and you really don't need to do anything else. Now, you can do zone commemoration, which I will continue to do right now on your farms, but only after your farm is fully developed. Meanwhile, you'll simply do the following prompts to get your castle to 15. So that means you'll simply click your castle, you'll hit upgrade. It's going to tell you what the requirements are. Obviously, we're not going to 16. You'll just do this on all the other levels and do those bare minimums. But here are the buildings required and their levels for a perfect passive farm. All mints and houses need to be level 15 as shown. You're going to then want all resource producing buildings to level 15, except of course the ale producing building. And you do want to include your charcoal workshop. You're going to want all of your second tier warehouses to at least level 3. Obviously the other ones maxed out. You don't necessarily have to do that with the ale one, but you get it. You're going to want to have your tavern level 14. You're going to want to have your archery range level 13, medical tent level 9, encampment level 8, institute level 8 because you're going to want to do zone eventually, your bar and arena level 4 so that you can do proper amounts of exchanges. You'll notice that most of the buildings don't even have to be built, so that's why it says I have 19 available, guys. You really don't have to. I do build my National Quest building because you're going to need that. But that, guys, is pretty much it. And I will put a list in the description exactly the way I named it, so you don't have to watch this video over and over again to know exactly what to do. But guys, once you've done that and once you meet all your requirements, you get to hit your farm with your main castle and enjoy the fruits of your labor for over and over and over again. So here are some really important tips to get the most out of your farm. Number one, you're going to want to log on at least once per day to do those exchanges in the arena and in the trading balloon, as well as your hero tickets. Number two, perform Hero Day properly on both Hero Day and Free Selection Sunday, and that is to the purple chest only. You don't need gold chests on farms. It is not necessary, and this can be done in about 60 seconds per hour on each farm. 3, hit your farms from gathering day, between gathers, or on building day early so that you can get all the weekend results that you've gained, and this will fuel your main castle for building and tech day moving forward. And of course, 4, when all else fails, guys, just ask Tripaholics Gaming. Use the chat bubble at tripaholics.com. Use our daily schedule for your hourly challenges and absolutely crush it, guys. I hope this information is even remotely helpful. You go and build as many of these farms as you want, and you can sit them there and you can hit them over and over and over again to get all the massive resources you can handle. Guys, this is another one from Acer of Spades, and I'm signing out.